It's the people podcast of the DMV. It's not about you, it's not about me, it's about we, and God we trust. Sir Rod and Lady Z, PTP. Positive thinking people, positive thinking people. Positive thinking people. Every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, every Monday night, every Wednesday night, every Friday night, Monday, every Wednesday night, Positive thinking people. Positive thinking people. Positive thinking people. Yeah. So, you already know how we do this. I gotta look at that camera right there. I'm in the other seat. Hey, welcome. It's PTP, People to People, Power to Power, Positive Thinking People. I'm your host, Rodney Grimes, and as you know, Lady Z is in the house with me. I will be introducing our guest shortly as I start to make everything fall in place. Guess what? God is good. First of all, we always give praise and honor to God about everything that we do. And what I really like about the People to People podcast, it is about people. It's about us doing things, entertaining, getting information, changing the way we live, all of these things. And that's why we have this beautiful couple in here with us today that I'm getting ready to introduce to you. And so all I want you to do is just stay tuned, just listen to me as I kind of ramble off just a little bit, because I'm trying to do things and not let you see me do it. But I just want to do a shout out to everybody that's out there. It's Friday. Please be safe. It's raining. We already know that, so we got to be careful. And what you got to do is you just got to take your time and remember it's all about you, not just about me, and it's all about us. How about that? So did I say that right, babe?
You said that right.
You sure?
Because I don't know, it sounded a little corny to me. It sounded a little corny to me, but as we be moving forward, okay, I'm still working on something. And why don't you talk to them a little
Hi,
bit?
everybody. I'm in the hot seat now. Wow, I have not.
You ain't been here. You ain't been in the hot seat in a while.
Wow, I haven't been on here in a while. It's good to be here, though.
Well,
Yeah. It's Friday date night. Y'all know the routine. What are you having? What are you doing? Talk to us. Put it in the comments. Share your meals, or what are your plans for tonight or the weekend? Let's talk about it.
how about that? And guess what? I'm so glad that it's the weekend, because now I can get you to slow down and be with me. That's a good thing, right?
That's
What
a
is
good
it? How we do?
thing.
Yeah. So, hey, so let me introduce my guests, Mr. Carlos and Miss Patricia, and please say your last name for me so I don't mess it up. So,
Caraballo.
okay, y'all heard what he said?
Caraballo. Or Caraballo, you know.
Calabarro. Okay. All right. So what I would like for you to do, real quick, can you just kind of like, this is you can just this is the camera or either there. But what I want you to do is just kind of tell a little bit about yourselves and what do you do.
Why not let my wife to start?
Oh my goodness, yeah.
Put you on the
The hot
spot.
potato. Yeah, we do real estate. We are from, I'm from Bolivia originally. My husband is from Venezuela. And we live here for a long time, more than 20 years. And we do real estate here in the Virginia, Maryland, and DC. So our business is related with real estate. So happy to help the community, getting the keys for the homes. That's our job, basically.
Awesome.
And so is she the boss or you the boss?
Well, you know, I'm the broker, but I'm not the boss. She's the boss, like should be. All right.
Okay.
We know each other for a long time, although we've been married only for 1 year, but we've friends for 17, and we partnered for
7 years.
7
as
years,
partners.
and we are husband and wife for
1 year,
1
almost
year.
1 year.
Almost 1 year.
Well, congratulations on that. Yes. Okay, so you know that's really good, because that's almost like Zena and I, right? So Zena, we've been together going on 16 years, I got it right.
Keep going. Keep
And we've been married going on 6 years, right? Oh man, I'm doing good. I'm
Oh
on
my
it.
God.
And so we've been together going on 16 years, and we've been married going on 6 years, and I've been in love with her every day of it. So that's been an amazing thing. So and we've been doing date night from the very beginning.
Wow.
There is a correction. We got married in 2015.
Oh, you couldn't just let me have
Okay.
that.
I wanted to let it slide, but yeah, okay.
But it's all right. But as we are as couples, right? It's really, really good. That we be able to share these opportunities. So I just want to talk a little bit more about what y'all do and how you go about doing things with the real estate as a couple.
I mean, it's like any other job. In our case, we start as friends, and 7 years ago, although we know 17 years, like 7 years ago, Patricia and I get together. We're in the business for a while, and she actually asked me, "Can we?" I did ask you.
You asked me. I was doing well by myself. He
Why
asked
we
me.
don't win partnership to do this? We actually. One thing that I will tell you, Patricia, since I know her 17 years ago, she's trying to get me into. She always talked to me about the Lord. She said, "Carlos, I got a book for you. Carlos, I got a Bible for you." And I always say, at the time, I always say, Patricia, it's fine. Just give me the book and I go. And she always doing that since we met. The first day that we met, she gave me a book, and she gave me, I don't know, like 5 different Bibles. And she talked to me about the Lord all the time. And I never paid too much attention about it. I mean, I'm a believer, but at the time I was not that much into that. 7 years ago, when we decided to get partners, one of the things that she said, well, I know you're not a believer, but one thing what we're going to do in these companies, we're going to put 10% apart to do some help people and to contribute with the community. I was like, well, okay, this is fine. Let's do that. That's a funny story about that, because that was a condition about our partnership.
Yes.
You remember what you said?
Yeah, it was funny because my only condition was no, just something really hard for him. But I know that when you touch money, people kind of react different ways. So I wanted to see his heart, and he said, 10%. Okay, that's okay. At the end of the day, as he always said, you're gonna manage the money, so do whatever you want to do. So we started a business with a third party involved, which is the Lord. And for us, it's very important to know that we have one boss together. We serve God first.
Yes.
And then we're going to serve the people. Because our strength, our knowledge, our wisdom, everything that we can provide to the clients comes from God. Mm-hmm. And when we understood that, we could serve better to the community. This is for people. And we needed to understand the way that we have to serve better.
Yeah.
So I remember when a title company guy told him, you know what, that opening a company with Patricia is opening a church.
She said.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
That's I tell you, it's amazing that I've always been in relationship with God all my life, but getting into this relationship with Zena took me to a different level. Now, I'm not going to say that I didn't have a good relationship with God as a child, because I came up in a family that really, we praise God all the time. But I took it more serious when I had a partner who prays with me. And that makes a big difference. Mm-hmm. And a lot of people, as we move forward, they would have the tendency to believe that even if you haven't really had a relationship with God, they'll say you don't know Him. But that's not true. If you're a good person, you have a relationship with God.
True.
If you're helping people, you have a relationship with God. You're working in God's image. And so it's really, really important that a lot of people don't kind of try to stereotype individuals, because they say, well, I ain't really read the Bible, I really didn't do this, but this person is always helping somebody. That's a godly person.
That's a godly person.
And that's what's important. So
We do also have to remember now everybody that says God, God, the Lord, Lord, knows Him.
yeah,
Yeah, because He will not judge you based on how many times you went to the church or how many times you have been reading the Bible. It's gonna see your heart,
Yeah.
yeah,
your deeds.
yes,
How many times you help your brothers and sisters.
Yes.
How many times you're willing to just give up on your dreams and help the community. How many times you cry with the ones who cries. How many times you're willing to, limit it yourself, your pleasure, in order to help another person. So when people say that, you know what, if you don't go to my church or you're not from this denomination, I was like, God didn't, if you didn't do a denomination stuff.
right, right,
He came to show His love
yes,
through everybody.
yes,
So if you believe in God, you must be showing the proof that you are living in the principles from Him.
yes,
It means, I remember one question that I was asking myself, Lord, if I'm in front of you one day, what are you going to ask me? And the word of God came immediately. I said, I'm going to ask you, if I was hungry, you feed me. When I was sick, you visited me. So it changed completely the perspective of connection with God, relationship. This is not a religion. This
Right.
is a relationship
Thank you.
with God.
I'm glad
Right?
you said that. Oh my goodness.
Well, they say we are the church.
We are the church.
We are the
Exactly.
church.
Yes,
We
this
are
is the temple.
The temple.
Yeah.
Exactly.
A lot of people don't get it when they talk about religion and stuff like that. Was man-made.
Mhm.
We talking about your relationship. So I'm glad you said that. That's what's important for us to understand. It's all about relationship with God and how you move. Go ahead.
And that's the reason I believe my wife, she didn't want me to say that I'm new in this, because she said, no, you are not new. You don't have to say that you're new. But when you start, everything that you start with God in front of you, even business, that relationship, it make you change the way that you see things.
Yes.
It's not only the business, it's not the money, it's what you can do with for that people.
Yes.
Then in consequence, money is going to come back to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the way that when you change that equation, you start to see the benefit of put God in front of you.
Yes.
Because always when you do that, money come back. It's not an issue.
Well, with everything that's going on and how we've been circulating, one of the things that I've been doing, and even when I met Zena, I have been trying to be a public servant. And it was just amazing that I met a woman who enjoyed doing that thing, doing those things with me. And as a man being the leader of the home, I always say we the leader, but we already know when we lay down on the pillow who makes the decisions. She whispers in my ear and say, "Baby, you ain't doing that tomorrow." And I'll be like, "Okay," because a happy wife is a happy life. But
Amen.
we also know that this is a relationship that we have to work together. It's not one-sided. No, I don't want her to take the trash out, and no, she don't have to wash the dishes. But I'm not. If the trash is smelling at 12:30 at night, I gotta take it out. It's my position. Most of the time, if I'm hungry or she see that I'm not certain things, it's just certain things that she take on her position.
Mhm.
So I just can say that it's just amazing once we get into understanding about God and relationship, that then you start to learn how to live and give and know how to receive as well. And so that's powerful. I'm excited because here we are with the couple. We met you at a networking event, and it was really powerful for all of us to be in the room networking, talking about things that we were doing, and y'all were so friendly, and then when y'all came into the studio and we invited you, and I can tell y'all, my wife she was just so tickled, because she was like, "Babe, I hope they come. They just seem like a good couple." And I said, the spirit of them was really, really good. And so, we just are really, really excited that y'all are here. So thank you.
We are too. We are too.
Yes.
Definitely
We're
have
on
the same
Facebook
connection.
Live, right?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, everybody's texting me. Are you on
Yeah,
Facebook
you're
Live?
on Facebook Live, and YouTube,
I'm like, oh my
and,
gosh.
and LinkedIn as well.
Yeah. So it's on YouTube, LinkedIn,
Nice.
and
Nice.
Facebook all live right
That's
now.
right.
So
Everybody's going crazy at home.
yeah, but you know, it's really really good what's going on. We decided again, we do this when we do couples. This is not all the time do we do it in the studio. Sometimes we go out restaurants, we go take walks, we do different things, and we still broadcast it. But our purpose for date night is to know that you can have a relationship not just with your partner, but you can have a relationship with yourself and have a date with yourself.
Yeah.
You can have a date with God. You can have a date with your neighbor or
Yeah.
the children. We have a tendency to forget to take that time to isolate ourselves to be able to enjoy each other. So Zena and I, we incorporated date night before we even started doing the podcasting. We incorporated date night that every Friday is date night for us, no matter what.
See?
No,
That's good.
no matter what.
No matter what.
So, and let me show you how it works. Even when I'm mad, because I get mad more than she do, right? Even when I'm mad, I still have to honor date night. So I can't tell her no, I'm not going, or I'm not going to do it, or whatever. That's how, you know, it's a real piece of glue. So what happens is, even on date night, I'm mad and I just, I still got to take her hand. We still walk, we still, you know, look at each other, and she is better at it than me. And she'll mess around and say, Al, you still mad at me? And I'll be like, no. She say, I love you. Yeah. And by the time we walk and the hands start to swing and we right back to where we were supposed to be.
But that is a little bit a commitment that every couple, I guess we losing more and more of that.
Yes.
We're getting to the point that everybody got their own individual agenda, and it's not like a whole, like a community agenda.
Yes.
That happened. You can see that more and more. I'm just married with Patricia. We married for a year, and we had to talk every day about this, because you tend to forget this.
Yeah.
Also, when I work with my wife, which is real estate is a hectic environment that we have to do a lot of stuff. But at the end of the day, I think it's something that we cannot forget. That's what you said is really important. You have commitment in your marriage, and you have to follow those commitments,
Yes.
regardless if you're upset or if you are not.
And it's not always easy.
It's not.
No.
Yeah.
It's
This
not.
morning wasn't easy at all. At the end, I was like, okay, let's go work.
But
Right?
let me share something else that we like sharing with people, and we do it all the time. We also have what we call confession.
Oh.
Out.
Okay, so this is how this works. So she makes me mad, or I make her mad, and it's something that she did, and I'll look to her and I say, confession.
Confession.
Okay, I need to tell you what happened, but she cannot say anything until I finish. So she
Have to
can't
listen.
interrupt. She has to
Hear
listen
him
to the
first.
whole.
Yeah.
Well, I don't
Okay.
care. She got to listen
Even
to
if
the
I'm
whole.
boiling on the
Even if
inside,
she's
right?
boiling on the inside, she cannot interrupt me until I am done, and then she can respond in the same. Now, the
Yeah.
person who
Wow.
comes and say confession first has that jurisdiction to finish the conversation and say everything they want to say, and then I say, okay, what's your response? And then she'll
So
tell
the
me.
purpose is, so whatever he's feeling, whatever he's upset about or disappointed about, he lays it out, and I have to come up with a way to say, okay, well, this how can I change that, turn this around, you know, put you back in the happy space, because nobody's perfect, no marriage is perfect.
No.
You have your ups and your downs, you know. It's just communicating.
It's more down
It's
on
the
me.
key. Yeah.
I'm a spoiled brat.
He's a-
I'm
he's
just.
a-
I am the one. I am the one. He's the nice one.
Yeah.
You know, he's always pushing for reconciliation. I am the one. No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk.
Yeah. But one of the things also we got to remember that we're not promised tomorrow.
Right.
So this is what she taught me.
Yeah.
So she said this: why go to bed mad when you're not sure that we're going to wake up together in the morning? You know,
Yeah.
how how is that going to you got to be careful about that, because you had someone a while back to tell us about her and her husband. Remember the story about the older lady?
Oh yeah, I don't remember it quite
Okay,
clearly.
when she went to bed
And then she woke. Oh.
and she woke up, she didn't wake him up for breakfast because she thought he was
Right.
just resting.
She went to prepare breakfast and everything, and he didn't get up. She noticed he didn't go, so she went in to wake him up. But
He was dead.
Ouch.
So they went to bed.
Mhm.
He was alive.
And then
When she woke up in the
Just-
morning, she didn't touch him or anything because she just thought he was sleeping in. So she went on to go fix breakfast. And when she came back in, she noticed he had still gotten up, and when she touched him, he was cold.
life is unpredictable, and
Yeah.
we accumulate so much stuff in the daily basis, and that we don't talk about it, or we just get upset for stupid stuff, and we never try to solve that. And when that happens, you say, "Wow, all the time that I waste." I mean, I don't know if people want to say that eventually.
Yeah.
But, uh,
But you
think
You
just-
just
about it.
never know
Yeah.
what tomorrow's gonna bring. You don't want to be saying if I coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
You know, so
Especially
whatever's going
getting
on.
married after
Yeah.
50, as we did.
Yeah.
We don't have too much time.
Right.
We don't have-
Right.
So we do have a devotional
Yeah.
every day.
Right.
Yes.
So we read our devotional. We fight
Yeah.
about the devotional
Yeah.
because we don't agree many times. But at the end, we have to pray.
Yes.
So when we have to pray together,
Yes.
that's the Lord coming us
Yes.
and
Exactly.
helping us to go through these issues. And without the devotional, it was really hard at the beginning, right?
Yeah.
But now that we have the devotional, like it's missing the daily talking
Yeah.
about the feelings.
Yeah.
Right.
And the fact that we pray, the fact that we read the Bible, it's just 1 hour, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It helped us a lot during all this first season of our marriage.
Well, being that we've been married for a while, communication is everything, and we got to remember this. And I'm talking to the mirror, right, the man in the mirror right now, myself. Many times I have to remember that she's not perfect, so she makes mistakes, and I sometimes try to be a perfectionist, and I can take that out on her. In relationships, we have to understand that God is the only perfect thing that exists. So when people make mistakes in our relationships, that we should be able to take 10 deep breaths, calm down, and reevaluate the situation. But something that y'all talked about in the very beginning that's real powerful. Y'all were friends.
Yeah. This is something that has helped us a lot.
Yeah.
We've been friends first,
Yeah.
and we have. It's like you protect something. It's not just we marry, we love each other, but we have something before.
Yeah.
We're friends,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that make you.
We cannot picture ourselves without each other.
Yeah.
Even though we have been working together for 7 years as a partners, I miss him as my friend. And this morning I was thinking about it, like, he's my friend, he's my partner, he's my husband, but overall, he's my brother in Christ.
Yeah.
So we have the same father.
Yeah.
That's huge.
Yes.
When I get mad, the Lord is around, that's my son,
Yeah.
that is my son.
Right.
You're messing with my son.
Yeah. So
So we are a lot
I
together.
remember that we were in a restaurant talking. This lady is in the other table, and we were talking about something, and she approached us and said, "You are not married," and we said, "Yeah, we're married, but you're talking like you are friends." I said, "Well, no, we are friends,
Right.
but we married."
right.
Yeah, we don't want to lose the friendship that we have.
That's important.
Friends
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are friends first.
We a lot of people have on many cases thought that Zena not fake. They y'all can't be like that, or y'all not like that. But for real, well, she's my best friend, and so I've told her everything. If she leave me, I'm going to have to kill her because she know everything.
That's what you told me.
You're like me. You're like Samantha Cross. Yeah, you're the same.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you
I'm
know,
so glad.
Yeah. But you know, the one thing is that I just really, really come to grips with, and that again is this respect and the love and the passion for the relationship and the friendship first. That makes it also easy for us to really keep moving forward. So, I know we've been talking some serious stuff and everything, but we got some fruit and some wine. So, you know what? Hey, look. Hey, why don't can we take a little toast real quick?
Yes, please.
Look, my wife, she likes to take pictures of
I
everything. But
Who doesn't?
Okay.
there you go.
Salud.
This is it.
Salud.
This is to relationships. You alright, babe?
Turn me over.
You ain't even drunk yet.
This is just the beginning.
It's the first one.
Yeah, but
Cheers. I promise the wine.
that's good.
Very good.
It's
So,
a bit.
I'm sorry. I like cheese and stuff like this. So
Oh, yeah.
y'all can go.
You
ahead.
are my team.
Yeah.
You know what? So
We can
y'all can go
dig
ahead and
in.
dig in a little bit and
And everybody out there, I hope you're putting in the comments what you're doing. I haven't looked at it yet, but I will.
Yeah, I'm looking also. Yeah,
And-
all my clients and friends, they must be clicking on comments.
but here we are. And just real quick, I wanted to do this and just say kudos to our cousin Missy, who just came in from
Yay,
Georgia.
Thank you, Missy.
Missy jumped in. We love you, baby. She's back on the other end. So look, Missy
Look,
talking
Missy wants some
about where my
wine.
glass.
She's like, where's my glass?
Where's the glass?
Yeah, there is a glass.
She working.
When we work, we don't drink.
Hey,
Sorry.
Actually, you know what, Missy? I know you probably just want to get a little sip, so I'm going to do something out of the ordinary here, cause I appreciate you, what you did. Keep talking for me, baby.
Oh, again,
I only sip.
thank you, Missy. We appreciate you. She just got here, and had no problem with coming to help us out.
Yeah.
Because normally I'm
Nice.
sitting there running that board, and I appreciate her.
Salud.
Salute.
Jonas, salute. That is really good.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry.
So,
I wanted to get some of this cheese, and I will do that.
Amazing table. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you
and
so
thank you
much.
for the wine.
yes. They
With it.
supplied
Delicious.
wine. We have some red and white
I
wine.
love cheese, as you know. I shouldn't be eating cheese, but
I know, you know the same
this is an
for me.
exception.
It's
But,
alright.
you know, it's okay to treat yourself
Mhm.
from time to time. It's not like you're indulging it all the time, but every once in a while it's okay.
So
y'all
everybody
can- y'all
must
can
have
see
a
what we
Friday
do.
date.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
right?
Oh, yes. Oh,
Yeah. And believe it or not, I mean, when we do this, and I hope this won't be our last time.
No.
So I would love for us
Looking
to go
forward
to
for that.
Yeah, we can go do dinner or something, sit down and really, really relax. We're committed to doing this. We're committed to the podcast. The podcast itself is something that has really changed a lot of people's lives. Here we are in a situation where we met a new couple. The fascinating thing about it that y'all have God in your life. Y'all have a business. Y'all are friends. Y'all got everything that it takes to survive. Something that was said when we was in here talking the other day, when we brought up about some of the people not taking advantages of the opportunities here,
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
which is a real serious problem.
For our communities, yes.
You know, so we got a lot of people that, even for individuals who just came here, who's already been here, who's not, really taking advantage of opportunity to move forward and to be happy and live a good life.
Yeah.
How do you, if you don't mind, Patricia, I want you to call us and come to you, but how does that affect you when you see that?
This morning I was thinking about the questions and the answers, and first of all I want to honor God. When I came to this country, I came with a bag, with a just a small bag, a pair of shoes, 4 pants, 4 shirts, a sweater, and a dream. But my dream wasn't to get a huge house, huge cars, Louis Vuitton bag. It wasn't my dream. The only dream that I had at that time, it was food for my kids. I was a divorced mom, so I had 2 kids. And my dream was I need some money from the school, for the college. And I need just a place, a small room, even though far away of the city. I just need some small amount of money to feed my kids, to raise my kids. And when I came to this country, it was hard. It's not easy because you don't speak the language. My language is Spanish, so I have to learn English by basically reading the Bible, listening to radio. Because when you came to this country, you don't have information, you don't have friends, you're by yourself. And I do remember something that God told me, because I was guided by God. When I crossed Miami, when my flight landed in Miami, and I went to the hotel, I remember the voice of the Lord clearly telling me, now it's going to be you and me. Not even your daughters will interfere in my relationship with you. I was in shock because I was here by myself. So it was really hard to understand the plans of the Lord. But when I realized that this country was a blessing for me, it is a blessing for me. And I started working hard, and I realized that you don't have to be Kardashians to be rich.
Right.
You don't have to be Donald Trump's family member, or you don't have to have a degree or a master in something. You just have to be a hard-working people in this country. And American people opened the door to me. I started being a dishwasher at Chick-fil-A. I love the job because I learned a lot. I was a babysitter, I was a server, I did all the jobs, learning English, trying to do my way in order to get money to go back to my country, right? To bring my kids. But this country, if you put all the effort and all the love to this country, you can make it. And I do remember that the Lord was telling me, bless this country, bless the area that you are, bless because the grass is going to be green. So, and I start working on it. I say, this is my territory right now. I cannot go back to my country because I was broke. In my country, if you don't have a family member with money, you don't have a career, you don't have connections, you're nobody. Nobody. Can you imagine that you can buy a house by fax, by email here in this country?
Right.
Wow.
You don't even have to go to the bank.
Right.
And they trust you. They believe in you. Can you believe that you can be a real estate agent without going to the college, to university, don't have a degree? You can make it. You can open a company in this country in 10 minutes. 10 minutes to open a company. As long as you pay taxes, as long as you do right everything, nobody's gonna bother you. This doesn't happen in all the world.
Yeah.
Not even around the country. So just in America.
Yeah.
So when you realize that this is a country that God has His eyes on it, oh my goodness, there's a lot of responsibility. You gotta work hard. I don't understand, and I have pain when people that came from different parts of the world are complaining about this country. We always talk about it, like, why don't you leave? If you don't like to be here, leave.
Right.
Go back to Bolivia, go back to Venezuela, go there. If you're here, work hard, bless this country, because this country gave me the opportunity to raise my kids. They went to college. They, both of them, I have 2 daughters, they have their own property, their own condominiums, they have a career, they have a job. They are no older than 30 years old. And my country was 35, I was broke. If you're broke, you don't eat.
Yeah.
The government doesn't give you a ticket or something to eat. You don't have Section 8. You don't have Section 13. You don't have nothing. How in the world we cannot be grateful to be in America? How in the world?
But I what I believe, and I've traveled all over the world. not all over, but being in the military, I've traveled on the other side, different places. Yes, we have opportunity here, but in some other countries, it's not just the opportunity that matters. It's the harmony and the peace. I was in some countries where they were starving, but they were happy because they sat down at the table and shared. I remember when I was 18 years old, I was in the Philippines. I went into certain areas where they was sitting down and all they had was a big bowl of rice, and they had maybe 2 or 3 chickens running around, and before I knew it, one of the chickens was gone. Or they came in and Mama San, she come in and she might have one big leg that was supposed to be a chicken, but all of them shared it. What I saw was when I came back to the United States that people didn't have that harmony, which sometimes
because we lost the focus. The priorities are lost.
I agree. So
Yeah.
that's what it's up to us
Exactly.
to bring it back.
That's why your program have this particular name, People to People.
Yes,
Because you mentioned something really important. Information is power.
yes,
And what happened with many people is it's a lot of opportunities, but the thing is, people don't take advantage of what is out there. There's so many things that you could do here, but I think we lack of information. Some people don't. I get it. Some people don't want to do it, and it's nothing
That's
against
okay.
that. That's okay. But in the other hand, so many people that require or need that information, and is that I think it's our part that in your case you're doing a really great job doing this, is to actually diffuse that information. That because I think that a lot of people need it, and we will benefit at the end of all the opportunities that we can have out there.
yes. And that's what I like about this here when we sit here.
That's
It's
why I
people to
like-
people. Yeah. I remember when I first came here, when we first started, it was called Real Talk Live with Rodney Grimes. My wife always tell me, don't explain why you put your name on it, whatever, but I had to. It was Real Talk Live with Rodney Grimes because a lot of people had Real Talk, but when I put my name behind it, it changed it. Okay. When I came out here, it was through the grace of God. Let me tell you, see, sometimes we have a tendency to think that it's you to do everything, but God sets a pattern. So, we was doing this in the house, and I started off just doing it on my phone, and then my wife started getting involved and so forth and so on, and it started to escalate, and we was doing it in the sitting room. But then a prophet Katrina, came to our house, was interviewed, and she prophesied and said, God is going to bless you with a studio within the next year.
Wow.
She prophesied this, and she took out $200 out of the Bible and placed it down for us. Right after that, she did this, and she's probably watching, and if you are Katrina, please feel free to call in. And I don't mean can I talk about really what she did? 'Cause sometimes being
Yes,
like,
please,
okay.
please do it.
Just-
Okay. Some of the things that I can't say, but she made a commitment to pledge a certain amount, which a lot of people probably was like, "You got to be kidding me," but she did. But in the pledge and the prophesizing to us, everything started to happen. Within 8 to 9 months, I was out of the sitting room and I was out here signing the lease to this place. Where another place that I was at, I thought I was supposed to be, but it wasn't where I was supposed to be. That's not where God wanted me. Now, the most powerful thing about it was when we got here, God spoke to us and we changed the name from Real Talk Live to People to People.
Yeah.
And that was because based on the slogan itself, people to people, power to power, positive thinking people.
Yep.
And that's what it's all about. You and me. Before we anything, we men.
Yeah.
Before y'all anything, y'all women. But really before anything, we are the children of
God.
God.
Yeah.
All of us.
Yeah.
So that makes us all connected, people to people. But then we talk about the power. the power you possess, the power I possess, the power you possess, the power she possess. And when we take that power, just like that power that's right here, right now, it becomes positive. Positive thinking.
The
people.
power to change, the
Yes.
change some realities, the power to help somebody, the power to, I mean, that's the thing that we have to realize, and that's why I like the name of your program, People to People, because I believe if you do a little bit more, a tiny bit more for the rest of the people, I mean, I will give an example. In our job, we're real estate agent, but mostly of our clients are people that it's not because they don't want it, it's because maybe life, they don't have much education. They don't, I'm talking about school education. So they have a lot of questions. We spend our days answer call from IRS, help me with the Social Security retirement.
Depression.
So, and I know it's hard, but sometimes we get so tired. I say like, oh Jesus, we have to do that again because somebody called. But I believe in what you said, people to people. You have to put that, even let it be. I really believe if you do that, we will be in a better shape, and as a society.
Yes.
We do, and that's what I believe in what you're saying, and I truly believe in that name, because let's do a little bit more. Let's help a little bit more. You don't have to dedicate your life, just 10% more. Everybody do that, I'm telling you, it changed the whole thing.
That's what we do here at People to People. We constantly giving. So we got something coming up, but we got a networking event that we're going to be putting together. But once we do, we make sure y'all know about it. You're going to see some of the other things that we bring to the table. Shout out to Stat DC. I got to talk about that a little bit. These are a young lady. Her name is Tanya. Tanya Whitaker. One of the owners of Intelligence Office. They've met. Both of them met her. And it's really, really amazing that what she does, she's feeding people and doing it. And sometimes this woman getting up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, it's raining, snowing, earlier than that. I mean, I don't know how she does it other than God. But I'm talking about seeing her giving. Now, it could be any kind of way that you do it. But that, like you said, we got to get information out. We got to get where we teach people. We got to learn. Me and my wife are in the process of learning how to manage our finances. We have not been really good at it. We've been good at helping people, but we haven't been good at really managing our finances, where we always blessing somebody else but find ourselves struggling. And I don't want to put our business out there like that, but I keep it real. I'm not going to fabricate it. So no, we're not starving, but we could be doing a lot better. And there's some of these things that's been during the process. So when you meet people, network, start to learn and share information,
Yes.
we start to grow. And that's what this podcast does. I tell many people, come on, let's talk about it. Let's share. You know, for you to talk about, you came in, you didn't have nothing but just basically the clothes on your back.
That's a story.
Come on.
That's a story.
Who are any of us to walk around with our head up and cry the blues about something, and to see you here married, have a business, and blessing other people?
I have to honor my Lord. I have to tell you something, Rodney. It is not me. Don't look at me, because I am failure. But I remember when the Lord told me very seriously that I belong to Him. And I was almost dying because my daughters were in my country. I was by myself. I didn't have anything. I was living in my car. I was homeless. I didn't do anything wrong because I couldn't, based on the Bible, I have to keep myself in order. But I do remember when I trusted Him. I wanted to twist the way that I wanted to work, and He was always, trust me. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to do things. Psalm 37, I know the desires of your heart. And I start weeping and crying. And the honor here, Ronnie, has to be to God. because I wouldn't be here without his wisdom, without his protection. And I always have to remind myself that this is not about me. This is for your glory. This is for your
Come
glory.
on now.
And it's pretty easy to get involved in the money, the blessing, because you gotta be careful. When you're broke, you're next to God. When you're blessed, you kind of run away of the Lord because you think that it's your.
It is you.
It is
Yeah.
you. And I
I'm
have
the
to.
best.
Yeah, and I have to guide myself again. You know what? I have to remember, Lord, whatever you give, you can take it. This is you. This is not about me. And I see our community, especially all the immigrant people, that we came with nothing, because we have a lot of people hardworking. My community is really, really hardworking. They have a lot of money. They forget the reason to come to this country, and they get involved in stuff like money. Like they forgot about the family. Instead to be looking for a home, they're looking for a house. Huge difference.
Yes.
House is a place, huge place, like
Right.
the Kardashian or whatever other,
Yeah.
right? But home is when your family feels safe.
Come on.
Yes.
Yes.
That's the difference between understanding what is a home or what is a house. And we, as an immigrant, you even forget the reason why we came here. Because when we crossed the border, we said, okay, I just want money for my kids, for the study, for the job. And then we're working to maintain the house with a pool that never used, with a backyard that we are planning to put a playground for our kids that never use. We just are a tenant in our house. Our kids are abandoned. That's why my community has maras in the schools, because I'm working for you. I need you. I don't need your money. Many kids, if you ask on my community, many of the kids, they just rather prefer to go back to our countries, because they used to eat together.
Yeah.
Not involved with these luxury lives, more houses. If you're hardworking, you're gonna be blessed. But what about the family? We have people that they live in a huge properties, huge houses. They don't have homes. They don't have homes. They have houses. They don't have family. They have members.
Yeah,
So we don't have
definitely,
to forget.
it's good to be blessed, but also it's important family. I believe
Yes.
we tend to forget family, and yes, it's good to work, it's good to make money, it's good to receive all the benefit of the people that work really hard. But also we have to think sometime and say, well, when is enough? When I'm going to stop this? When this is going to be? I'm going to do this for 40, 50 years. When I'm going to have to stop? When I'm going to pay attention to my kids? When I'm going to pay attention to what is happening in my house? And we see that every day. As a brokers, we see that every day with people getting into those huge debts. And you see that they are working, never stop to pay their house. And it's nothing wrong to have a house. It's have a house that you also can have a family. As you said,
Don't lose
honey,
your family
I
for a
really
house.
love what you say. Just have a home.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Forget about house. Just have a home.
Home. You know that, and I'm really sometimes
I love that.
Yeah, right. Because believe it or not, sometimes you think you hear everything,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's just in the process. Somebody can say something, and I know the difference between a house and a home. But when you just said it, it made me start thinking about us. You know, many times we in our struggle, we home, me and you. And I do this publicly because if people be tripping, they think I be faking. I don't. And it ain't nothing like when you come home, and she come in and she say, "Babe, I fixed a little something for you. You hungry?" And she said, "Well, I like to watch Andy Griffin." And guess what be on the TV? Andy Griffin. I come home. Take my shoes off, sitting there.
We watch it together.
We watch it. She crawled up under me. And I found out one time when she went off to work at another location, I became very lonely. I didn't realize where home was. Home wasn't in the walls.
Yeah.
Home was the relationship.
Yeah.
So I realized, man, when she was talking about getting ready to roll out again, I said, oh, so you got to stay home. Here. But I that's important. So I want to say to some people out there that you watch this program, take some of the messages. Sometimes God used certain things to change things in your life. God will have people to say certain things that's totally targeted to you. Have you ever been in the congregation and you felt like that the pastor was talking just to you? Sometimes that's what it's all about, when God is trying to make you see something. And so some people out there who may be struggling in your house, pray over the home. Think about that. Think about the relationship in the house that makes the home, and which is important. Again, I just want to tell y'all, you know, I'm excited. We still, and look, we gonna run a little bit over if we don't. I don't want to run y'all out of here.
I'm gonna take a moment because
Go ahead. You got some questions?
Rachel Pope is here, and she says she cooked fried cabbage
Oui.
with crackers and ginger tea for her date night.
Oh my
She said it was really good.
Nice.
Thank you for sharing that, Rachel. We appreciate that. So again, I hope you all are enjoying the program and being entertained as well, and enjoying your night. But I'm still waiting to see some more comments.
Well, this is the other thing that I've been, you know, sometimes I had started one time. I was getting really infatuated with trying to get the numbers up.
Oh yeah.
But
It's not about the numbers.
my son, who was living in New York, he called me and said, Dad, don't just worry about the numbers. He says, sometime who's meant to see it will see it.
Yeah.
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 Now, so what I've realized, even afterwards, people go back and watch. And that's okay. Not everybody acknowledge it. But this is really not just about me being seen. This is my purpose. I got to do this, and I continue to do this unconditionally. I take this time, you know, I do the shout out to everybody. Peace and blessings to everybody out there. Let me tell you something. If it's your birthday, happy birthday to you. If you're going through a struggle, remember, you're not struggling alone. First of all, prayer works for everything. But it's not just prayer. You got to have faith. We talked about that the other day. We talked about faith. We talked about fight. We talked about trust. We talked about confession. And we talked about repent. You do those things in your day, you're going to see blessings come to you from all directions. Guaranteed, your life's going to change. And that's what's important for many of us. When we come on the program, please share it with other people. I claim this. I already put the faith out there. It was already prophesied that we would use this platform, people to talk and to share information. And we're going to be a blessing to anyone that's interested to come out and share with us. And the next time that Carlos and Patricia come, we're going to have some lamb chops.
Yeah.
He's the best chef ever.
Oh.
I like to cook.
He will
Yeah.
do that.
Okay.
I will do the lamb chop.
Hey, wait, guess what, Carlos? You know what? We're going to have to do something, because guess what? I can cook too.
Ooh.
But it's a man thing for real.
Yeah,
You
I
already
know.
know.
We can clean.
Yeah.
Right.
I love to cook. You know, I learned it because when I got divorced the first time, my two daughters stayed with me at weekends, and I get the Chinese soup. I give it to them, and my daughter Carla, at one point said, "Daddy, I don't want more soupies. You know, do you have something else?" And then I started buying books.
Oh.
That's where I learned to cook.
Yeah. And me, actually, I grew up in a family where my mom had to work a lot. And so my mother she had started getting us in there, you know, and teaching me how to make certain things. And I happen to be the one out of my siblings. I can iron better than majority of them. If they watching, they gonna say it, but it's the truth. I can cook better than them 90%. I can, pretty much all of them. I take pride in it, you know, and but I like pleasing people.
That's what I like too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
I think I barely iron since I met you.
She, you know what
I
she
just
does?
ease my
She
clothes on
just,
in there.
I don't care when we going or whatever. She just say, "Hey, babe, here go my shirt."
That's a great. He irons very,
Yeah,
very,
I love to
very
iron
good.
too.
Yeah, he does it.
Yeah, I'm just, you know.
I don't know why, but
Well, to me, it's because I'm particular.
yeah.
So I know how I want it to look. So when I iron it like it came out the cleaners, you know. But that's just everything that I do. Before, you know, we still got some time. I want to talk more about your business. So come on, share with us about what is it that you do in your real estate business. How do you go about helping people? What's some of the steps?
Listen, it is about people. You have to listen. In this job, what I actually learn is listen to people, what they actually need.
Okay.
Know what they want.
Know what they want, what they need. So sometimes, yeah, it's a contradiction in there, but when you listen to people, you can actually help them better. And being a broker, being in this position, being in real estate is really important. To listen what the people, the need of the people. When you listen to them, you understand what they need, and you're looking for exactly what they actually can get. Explain to them. And this is, you know, real estate is the biggest investment of any American could do. I mean, I think right now in this area we are in the average of 600, 550 per house. So you have to be careful what you do and how you advise your clients. And we start for that. We start for listen to the people, what they need, and then we going from there. You have to be careful about what you do.
Also, I would like to quote that we love what we do. We love to help people, and we have to sometimes teach what they really need. We sit with our clients for hours. We're talking about 4, 3, 5 hours. We have to listen their needs. Sometimes they don't need to buy. Trust me, they go to the office pretending that they want to buy or wanted to buy a house. They cannot afford it at that time. And we have to be honest with them. So, you know, this is not your time to buy. You're going to have a payment shock. You're going to get sick. You're going to get divorced. Let's wait for 6 months. Because the real estate world, it's pushing you to buy it, and get it home. But no, it's not, buying a home is not for everybody at that moment. Maybe in the future, maybe 1 year from now. So we have to teach and educate our clients. It's really, really important to understand their need. And we also love to give it to them the keys of their home. Because everybody can open the doors, everybody can post a sign, everybody can YouTube videos and say, you know, this is the house. Everybody can do that, but not everybody can deliver a home, the key of the home. We are proud to say that we are top producers since we opened the company. And we don't pay for any marketing. It's just referral. And now we are helping the second generation of clients.
That's
The
amazing.
baby client is 21.
21.
Wow.
Daniel is the 21, the youngest of our clients that he just purchased
We
a
helped
house.
his
Second
family
generation.
20 years ago, and now he's buying properties. And now we actually, as you said, we're helping the kid of a client that we actually helped 20 years ago.
So we have been helping our clients, the fathers, the parents, to buy a home, the house of the dream. Now we are helping the kids to understand the business of real estate. They know now the real estate is an investment. It's like the car. You can always change it. That's not a home. And this generation that we are talking to, they have to understand this is just a house. Because home could be in a mobile home,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, right.
We were tempted to buy a house together when we got married. And we look at each other, it was like, we don't need a big house. We are happy in a condo.
Let's keep the small one.
Just to say, it's
Yeah.
short, yeah, stay small. Because we need each other, we need to walk.
Yeah.
We don't need more debt. We need to walk, we need to travel, we need to love each other. And we need to teach our children the benefit or the wisdom to do the investment. Because you need to have a wisdom. Everybody's pushing you. If you're getting we have clients that I'm doing 120,000. I'm like, okay, do you need a house of 120,000 qualification? You don't need that, because if that's your income, you may qualify for a 700,000 house. But do you need that house?
Right.
As a real estate agent, trust me, I need that commission. But I'm not looking at my client that a commission that I can feed from them for one time. This is a long time relationship. And you know, when I learned that, I remember when I was talking to God about my business, and I was complaining about the Lord. Like, I want to serve you. I want to serve you. I wish I could preach the gospel, go to the nations, blah, blah, blah. The dream of being a missionary. And the Lord clearly told me, I gave you a ministry. I was like, nope, I'm a real estate agent. I said, that's what you call the ministry. I gave you an office, and I gave you a church that you call real estate. That's your church. What did you do with the people that I sent you? You ate them. The conviction in my heart destroyed me, but I realized that, oh my gosh, I pushed them to buy without even thinking that it's not convenient for them. And he said, you ate my sheep. Now you're going to learn to serve them. That changed the perspective of the business.
When you serve in that, believe me, I've been working with her for 17 years, and I've been learning a lot of stuff about serving with her, because I was not that good in that area. But when you actually understand people and you can help them in that, when you listen to them, clients are gonna come back to you. You don't have to do any advertising. You don't have to do anything, because people is gonna call you. Because most of the time we don't actually, when we talk to people, we don't try to push any sell. We just talk to them and we explain them, what do you need? You really need this? I mean, prosperity is good. I'm not saying against prosperity.
We don't have anything against
if you make $1 million and you want to buy a house $10 million,
if you can afford it,
you can afford it, do it. The only thing is 50% of the people don't do that. They just go overboard and they don't have a life. Once you do that and you get a house that you cannot actually barely afford, you don't have a life. You cannot be with your family, you cannot travel, you cannot do anything. You just have to, your house, your job is gonna be to pay for that home. Or
that house that you don't even, you just need a bed to sleep, a cup of coffee, one bed, one cup, one plate. What else do you need? And last week we were in continuing education, Northern Virginia Association of Realtors. One of the teachers said, do you know that just 10% of clients go back to the original real estate agent? That's the statistic. I was like, excuse me, that statistic is wrong. Because 85% of my clients came back to us. Actually, we were helping the kids of our clients. It's not because we are better than anybody. It's because we understood that first of all, we serve the Lord. We are working for Him. Automatically, you work for them. That's the difference. To understand who is your boss. He is not my boss. Ayora is not my boss.
I never pretend to be.
But my boss is my God. So I have a commitment. I have to answer to Him. It's exactly the same when I fight with my husband. He said, he's my kid. Excuse me. And he said the same. That client is my baby. What are you doing with him?
Yeah.
So we have to understand that we have a boss over everything. If you're a real estate agent, if you're an accountant, if you're a doctor, you're not serving them. You're serving the Lord. If you work, focus on that principle, your life and your way to serve the people is going to change completely. And the benefits are going to come by themselves, which is prosperity.
That is so powerful. Here we are really getting ready to wind it down. This was just a fantastic evening. Really is amazing. I'm 62 years old and I'm still learning. I'm learning just so many things, and I just want to just say thank you for being who you are first. Y'all are two very, very good people. And if that's a mask, y'all wearing it very well. But my spirit tells me that, y'all somebody that we would want to keep in our Rolodex, that we would just sometimes just want to call and say how you doing. Because and what I would like for you to do also, tell our guests that's watching you, how do they get in touch with you?
I mean, first of all, we have a company, METROHOMESDMV. We have a web page, which is www.metrohomesdmv.com. We also have a phone, which is my wife's phone, because
571-839-4785. My husband 202-679-0006. We have a Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, all the social media. But you can always call us anytime. We love to work with the clients. We love our people. So we are ready to help people.
yeah.
And so just keep telling them a little bit. So as far as like this, you are located. Are y'all able to?
Yeah, we're local. We have an office in
Fairfax.
Fairfax, although we have license in DC and Maryland and Virginia. We have our office is in downtown Fairfax, and we've been doing this for the last 20 years.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
Helping first-time home buyers, helping sellers, helping investors, a lot of investors,
A lot of investors work with us.
helping builders, helping everybody to try to get well.
Awesome.
Well, we thank everybody. We thank everybody that tuned in. And this is just an amazing opportunity. Thank our guests,
Thank you.
Patricia and Carlos, too. It's just been a fascinating evening. I've learned a lot. I want y'all to promise that y'all gonna come back and see
We
us.
are gonna come back.
You know, and
And let it.
Yeah.
Okay, it's a promise.
Give it to me.
If mine better than yours,
wait, that's what we gonna do. I tell you what, you gonna bring some lamb chops and I'm gonna
I
bring
will
some
do
lamb chops.
it. Okay. That is a
Who
promise.
is going to be the
That's a
judge?
Put it in your book. Put it in your book.
But check this out. When we put them in here, you and I, we're gonna put them on a plate out there.
Let's do it.
And we're not gonna let them know which one
Yeah,
is which.
okay.
And then they can say, this one is the one.
Or when we go there, we see 3 in here, nothing in here, or nothing in here.
And
Right.
we'll know. We'll know. Much
Thank you
respect.
all. Hope you enjoyed it. We look forward to seeing you again on Friday date nights. Hope you enjoyed the program.
Positive thinking people. Every Monday night,
Every Monday,
every Wednesday night,
every Wednesday,
every Friday night,
Friday,
Monday night,
Monday,
Wednesday night,
every Wednesday,
Friday night,
Friday day
every
night,
Monday night,
Monday,
every Wednesday night,
Wednesday.
every Friday night.
That's you.
That was good.